Alright, let's get it out of the way. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and leave a comment if you like. Chainsaw Man episode 6 starts off with Eye Patch Girl telling her, make a peace sign and stay like that so I can check whether this is a mistake or we're stuck on the 8th floor forever. She walks up the stairs to get to the 9th floor, and what do you see? It's kind of like that meme, oh shit, here we go again. I mean, it's getting pretty crazy in there. Each door leads to the same door. When you look inside the window, it's the same room. Now I know why this girl's kind of acting up, because she's like, fuck, I can't get out of here, I need air. They've even tried going through the ceiling, and nope, still same place. And they start thinking of ideas like, if we're gone for a long time, people are going to start wondering about us, and maybe they'll come over here. But that's not going to work, because they might fall for the same trap again. And then out of nowhere, we hear some sad shit from this girl. She starts crying because she said that her parents made her get a job for her older brother to go to college. And she only had 2 options, which was this job, devil hunting, or 2, sex worker. And then she starts drowning in her tears saying, I also wanted to go to college, and now I'm gonna die here. And then Power gives this really crazy laugh, and I'm thinking, wow, she might just be a devil. She can't stop laughing, it's uncontrollable. For some reason, her wanting to go to college is the crazy thing, and not being stuck there forever. And while they're in the room, Aki notices something. He tells them, it's been 8:18 in this room for a while now. Does that mean the time has stopped? If that's the case, then no one's coming to save us. Then Denji comes out of the bed and says, wait, if time has stopped, does that mean we can sleep forever? Then the older man gets mad at him. He says, we may be stuck here, we might not be, so there's no point in thinking about it. Wake me up when you figure it out. Anyways, this bed's pretty sweet. I'm gonna go and rest in it for a little bit. And then he says I owe the devil for this nap, and he just falls asleep. Aki's really shocked because he's thinking, how the fuck is he sleeping at a time like this? Isn't he stressed? Then after a while, Eye Patch Girl wakes him up and says, everyone left this room and it's just you sleeping. You better wake up. So Aki should take a break, but he doesn't. So he just keeps looking for clues. And the bigger guy was helping him, but then he locked himself in another room just so he can have a panic attack by himself. And the crying girl ended up trying to drink water from the toilet, but they stopped her. And if you think that's stupid, Power says, oh, since there's nothing else to do, I might as well just win the Nobel Peace Prize. In what? How the fuck are you gonna win a Nobel Peace Prize? And the Eye Patch Girl says, since the other 2 are working hard, I get to just relax and smoke. And then Denji says, hey, those are the same brand that Aki smokes. And ironically, she's trying to keep Aki from dying, but she's the one that actually made him smoke. At first, Aki refused to do it because he said that it makes your bones weak. But she really kept trying and was very persistent, and eventually he caved in. As you know, Eye Patch Girl has had many partners and they've all died in the past, and every time that they have a girlfriend or wife, they slap her in the face. And this time Aki's like, fuck no, don't let that happen to you. I'm gonna get revenge. So he puts gum on her clothes and he's like, ha, take that. Because putting gum on your clothes is just as bad as slapping someone in the face. And I guess after she said that, I have a feeling we're gonna be together for a while. And then they kind of have a moment and he's like, fine. And they start smoking from that day on. And then he comes into the room where Denji's at, and then he says, hey, do you have any more smoke? She says no, and he's like, fine, let me have that last one in your mouth. And she gives it to him. And then Denji's like, wait, that's an indirect kiss. No fair. Well, the devil that they killed at the beginning wasn't really the devil. This one is. It's really strong and big. And then it says, if you kill Denji and he's gone, then I'll let you guys leave. And as you would have guessed, the girl who was crying wants to kill Denji to get out of there. So she gets a knife and starts running towards him. Then he starts getting into a fighting position, and Aki's like, nah, don't. And Aki kick slams her fucking knife, and the other girl hits her in the stomach. And so they're trapped inside a hallway with the demon in it, and it's really filling up in there. And so they say, Aki, use your power, and he's like, fine. And then he does the fox symbol, but it doesn't come out because it's only in Tokyo. But her ghost hand does work and starts trying to choke the demon, but doesn't work. In fact, it just gets bigger because they're all screaming, it hurts, and they're bleeding like crazy. So the demon says, I have no weaknesses on floor 8, and as long as you're here, I'll probably just kill you. Or you could take my offer. And then Denji says, how the fuck do we know if it's actually telling the truth? And they say they have to keep their word. And as you would have expected, everyone's like, yeah, let's kill Denji. Let's get rid of him. Almost everyone except Aki. He wants to use his sword, but she says not to use it because of some reason. And they just keep getting more desperate until they're like, I'm hungry. And they try to go look for the food, but Power ate it all. And they're like, fuck. And so the crying girl really wants to get out there, and she starts pointing this knife at everyone else. And then I was like, what are you doing? In the meantime, they're running away really fast, but the demon just keeps getting bigger and bigger until it gets so big that they have to squeeze into the corner next to the window. So they're running out of options, and Naki's like, I have to do it. I have to use the power now. But the Eye Patch Girl grabs him with the shadow hand, stops him from moving, and says, if you use that sword, you're going to use your life up. you're gonna cut down your lifespan. Right when things are getting really messy, the girl that was crying uses a knife and runs towards Denji to kill him. And I'm thinking, wow, there goes Denji, but then Aki forces himself to move and somehow protects him from the knife and gets stabbed instead. Honestly, Aki's a really good friend. He's one of those guys you're like, I can be friends with him forever. So at the end, Denji says, you know what? I don't really like owing people favors, so this time, I'm gonna pay it back. And so he jumps out of the window and he's about to transform, and for some reason they stopped the episode there. I'm like, no, why? Alright, the question of the day is, do you like the crying girl, or do you think she's kind of annoying? And my 2 questions for this episode are, does Aki like the eye patch girl as a sister, or does he like her as a girlfriend maybe? Or both, I guess, because in anime a sister means more, right? And 2, why are they making smoking look cool? Alright guys, that's the end of it. Peace.